Hello everybody and welcome to round 3 of the Icstc here on Circuit Superstars. For the third round of the championship, we are at Maple Ridge. We're using the reverse layout of this circuit, one of the very most difficult circuits on the platform here. So many corners to think about, 11 in total, and it's going to be a real challenge today as these drivers take part in the Conquest, which is of course the prototype style racing car here on Circuit Superstars. Thank you, of course, to WhiteVan Gaming for these wonderful overlays as well. We certainly wouldn't have such a pretty broadcast without them, so thank you indeed. And as you know by now, my name is Draycott. I'm here to bring you all of the action today. Really looking forward to this one because this is such a tough track. I've raced here a lot myself, and I can tell you that there's a reason I'm a commentator. I am no good around here. As we saw last time out, strategy was very important, and the same is going to be said here today. You can go for a two-stop strategy, stopping between laps 8 and 12 and then 19 and 23, but with tyres lasting around 11 to 12 laps, it might be difficult to keep the pace up as that goes on, but you don't have to save fuel. That's one of the most important things to think about here. Let's have a look at the championship standings though, and as you see here, Perre is currently top of the pile with 29 points ahead of Nico Minardi and Mike Murphy, tied on 21. Icstc is in 4th place ahead of Doghouse, and then it remains to be very close down the rest of the order. In the team standings, after that wonderful 1-2 at Renvaux, Thunder Racing find themselves top of the pile with 47 points to the 31 of Mike Murphy's racing team. Minardi Simsport are in 3rd place with 11 points over Bearder Racing. Royal Performance Motorsport and Minardi Americas will be looking to top up their tallies from this round. For such a long circuit though, qualifying certainly proved to be a close one. Mike Murphy taking pole position only by 53 thousandths of a second from Nico Minardi. Doghouse and Icstc will start on row 2 ahead of NEMESES and Palo. Then we have Kenjo in 7th alongside WhiteVanMan. Royalty 62 is 9th ahead of Perre, with Bearder rounding out the field in 11th place. We've had 2 fantastic races so far this season. It's time to get another one underway then. And off we go at Maple Ridge. Using this reverse layout, of course, the first few couple of corners very treacherous, very close at the front with Minardi there. And oh, that's NEMESES around. WhiteVanMan's involved in it as well. Palo too, caught up in that one. Looked like Perre actually got some really good ground through that. Managed to go around the left-hand side of everybody. But here goes the field then towards the end of lap 1. It's Mike Murphy leading from Minardi. 3rd place as well is Doghouse right with them. And then Icstc in 4th place. But there's a humongous gap back now to everybody else. More mayhem further down. That's Kenjo and NEMESES there, and oh, it's getting very messy indeed. I think Bearder involved in that. Palo's still having an accident. Wow, that was a real long one there for Palo. He was crashing for about 3 corners. Mike Murphy and Nico Minardi leading them away though at the start of lap 3. Oh, very close to the barriers here. These guys running on tiny margins. And as you look in the bottom right of your screen there, bit of action with Perre and Royal, those two right together as well. Look at them lighting up the rears through the hairpin here. Nico Minardi chasing. Right behind Mike Murphy now, putting on all of the pressure, moves to the left-hand side. Looks to the inside once, twice, a little bit of a touch, backs out of it slightly. Mike Murphy holds the line, and all of a sudden, you've got Icstc right there with them. As there's more side-by-side action, still making contact. Fantastically close racing, though, in the Conquest. It's a car that really can put up with a bit of argy-bargy, as you can see. A bit further back here, this is Bearder and WhiteVanMan. The two of them very close. WhiteVanMan goes through. And that was actually a replay of the manoeuvre being made much earlier on. But this is the chase right now, as we know and love it. Nico Minardi and Mike Murphy, these two top of the world, you have to say, for the majority of the time. Great to see them having another scrap here on our screens. It was fantastic to watch at Renvaux. Really good fun. And look at this. This is P3 back to P6. There's a big moment there. Big moment. That was Doghouse just clipping the wall. Runs wide through the first part. hits the second part very hard indeed. Looks like he got away with that. Maybe a bit of contact there, to say the least, from Royal. But that means now that Per has gone up into 4th place, and there he is, behind Icstc. Per, of course, championship leader at the moment. And look at this, some teamwork coming back into play once again for Thunder Racing. Per has a shot at the title already here. And Icstc being a very valuable teammate there, really playing the team game and making sure that he's got that chance. These two, though, Mike Murphy and Minardi, will have seen that Per has gone up into 3rd place, and they know now that they need to push. This is a little bit further back with Doghouse and Royal. Oh, Doghouse puts his nose down the inside, or his snoot if you want to call it that, and oh, Royal's got a problem. He gets overtaken by Icstc there. The tyres, you can tell, starting to go a little bit now. They're really drifting them through the exit of the corner, putting the power down. The car just wants to over-rotate, but they still carry on. Now, don't forget, fuel saving is not going to be a problem here. It's all about looking after the tyres. Mike Murphy is doing a standout job at the moment of doing that. You've got to wonder, is Nico just sitting behind him and waiting for the pit stops, or is he actually going for it? Looks down the inside, but the gap closes. Fantastic racing, though, from the pair of them once again. And now, look at this. Nico goes in to try and get the undercut. Mike Murphy carries on. Royal also coming into the pits too. Now you can see Minardi in his box there in the bottom right as we carry on with Mike Murphy rattling his way around here. This is the two teammates at Minardi Americas. NEMESES leading Kenjo. And now here we go. Mike Murphy into the pits. This will be showtime now. Of course, he's on much older tyres. Oh, looks like he slightly overshot the box there a little bit. Minardi's already coming around the final corner. Mike is free and away, but look, there he goes. Nico Minardi takes the lead. The undercut works. And then NEMESES and Kenjo with WhiteVanMan just behind as well. Those guys clearly on a two-stopper. Now this is Bearder. He's on a one-stop strategy here by the look of it. He's staying out as long as he can, but the tyres really not working for him right now. He's being overtaken. Oh, there's a penalty marker hit there. That was Icstc as he tries to go down the inside. Real shame that for Icstc, because that 1.5 second difference, you know, that can make or break your race. You can be battling with somebody all race long. Try and figure it out in the pit stops. If you lose 1.5 seconds, that's it. But look at that. Icstc straight back through now. Bearder struggling on those old tyres. NEMESES coming through. You can see Minardi first, Mike Murphy second, and then Per in 3rd place. You can see roughly where they are on track as they go around. Fantastic multiple layered shots here. And this is Per. You can see Mike Murphy just off in the distance. And here comes Bearder on lap 14 out of 31 as well. His tyres are going to be destroyed by the end of this. But can the strategy help him out? Oh, sorry, that was Doghouse. Apologies, it's come in. So it looks like him and Bearder both going for that strategy. But still, to pit that late, that's nuts. As in comes Palo. And Nico Minardi continues to lead the way. Mike Murphy just behind him there. Still chasing once again. These two are always chasing one another. Look how close these guys are getting to the wall here. That's NEMESES down the inside of Icstc. Gives him a little bit of a tap on the way through. Very argy-bargy stuff. Nothing too untoward with that one, though. It seems that NEMESES really got the pace. Here is Minardi now. Getting closed in on by Mike Murphy. And the question now is going to be, when are they next going to pit? Who is going to pit before who? Or are they even going to pit on the same lap? That can always make the difference. Together through turns 1 and 2 again. Oh, Nico really cuts it fine down the inside there. Mike just turns in a little bit later, but he's the guy chasing at the moment. He doesn't need to worry too much. He just needs to try and capitalise on whatever Minardi does here. See whether he makes a mistake. It's just great to watch these guys chasing each other, isn't it? Two guys at the top of their game. There's no rest around this circuit either. I mean, even the main straight, you're curving around to the right-hand side, so you do not get a second to come off the inputs and just chill out. Every single corner leads into another oh so importantly around Maple Ridge. You can see Royal, NEMESES, Icstc and Kenjo in the bottom left of your screen there. Icstc just trying to put his nose down the inside of NEMESES where he can, just to try and open that door, but nothing happening for him yet. But we stay with our leaders, and you can see there another one of the Bearder racing cars just having a nightmare with the tyres. That one-stop strategy not looking too fresh for them at the minute. However, what sort of time will they gain on people like this? Will that single stop work? Now, Mike Murphy, speaking of gaining time on people, Mike Murphy dives into the pits. He's going for the undercut here on Nico, just as Nico did on him in previous laps. There is Minardi still circulating. Mike in and out as quick as a flash. Very impressive pit stops here. And looks straight on the pace again. The lines that he's using, very optimal. Right on it. As in comes Nico Minardi then. This is going to be the final stop of the race for this pairing. Lovely work. Nicely stopped in the box as well. Nice and tidy. That can make all the difference. But Mike Murphy goes through. The undercut certainly working. Nico tried to just make it last one more lap. And this time round it was Murphy that comes out in front. Oh, and there's a bit of contact further down. That was Icstc and Royal. Both of them tipped right to the inside of the corner there. They hit the marker and they get a penalty. Now that was Per in third place. He's still sat there waiting for some sort of mistake from these guys in front. Nico on slightly fresher tyres, taking a bit of a tighter line through the first couple of corners here. Mike looks like he's potentially looking after the tyres, knowing that he's going to go one lap longer. Look how close they're getting together here. Straight away, Nico on to the back of Murphy. Oh, that was close to the wall there. You could see Mike just adjust that at the last possible moment. Really flicks the car to the left, gets the back end around. Wow, incredible stuff. But this chase goes on and on. These two have been the real stars of the race, that's for sure. Still 8 laps left to go here at Maple Ridge, and trust me, around Maple Ridge, that feels like a mighty long time. You can see Nico just letting off the power here and there to try and tighten the line, get his nose down the inside. It didn't quite work there. Using all of the curb and the rest. Really tucking the car in. He's just trying to unsettle Mike here. Coming on to lap 25 now. And look how close this chase is. With the previous netcode and server issues that we'd seen, it's fantastic to see that these guys can race so closely again. Nico down the inside. Mike turns in a little bit late. And Nico goes through. He's done it. He's found the gap and he's found the position. You could hear tyres being changed there, I believe. Maybe more pit stops coming near the end as drivers realise they can't look after the tyres as well. But Nico Minardi leads at Maple Ridge onto lap 26. It seems like whichever car is following, definitely getting some help from the slipstream, but the persistence of these two over this race has been phenomenal. And it continues to be so. Minardi leads from Murphy, and then Per in third place. He's right there with them. And can Murphy make some sort of cutback now on Nico. There's a tap and another tap, and he's pushed his way through. There's a look back at it. Interesting indeed. Maybe accountable for that is the netcode that I mentioned earlier. Didn't look like there was that big a hit there. This is Doghouse and Icstc right together, getting very friendly indeed. Minardi tries to go through again. More contact, big contact through turns 1 and 2 that time. Puts his nose down the inside. Look at this, goes for a cutback underneath. Through the corner, they rattle off each other. The cars bounce this way and that way. Fantastic save and great persistence there by Perre to get down the inside. And speaking of getting down the inside, Icstc there takes advantage on Doghouse, who is, of course, on that one stop strategy, I should say. Now look at this, Perre all over Minardi in the final stages here. We're on lap 29 of 31. And this could still go Perre's way here. He's won one race already this season. In that wonderful 1-2 for Thunder Racing. He finished second at Faenza to start the season. Nico Minardi is under all sorts of pressure now. Penultimate lap then, lap 30 here at Maple Ridge, and Perre is all over him. Is this a case of when, not if, for Perre to take this race lead? Behind you can see Mike Murphy with his teammate Paolo interloping with one another as Paolo has a lap down. Bit of contact there from Perre on the back of Minardi. Doesn't do anything negative to either car really, other than maybe giving Mike Murphy a bit of a run. WhiteVanMan in this race as well, a little bit further behind this pack, but still having a strong run. Can Nico hold on? We're on to the final lap now. Is Perre going to launch a last-second assault to take the second win of the season? Or is Minardi finally going to get a win on the board in this season of the Icstc? It looks like he's going to do it. Lovely exit out the final corner. Nico Minardi takes the win at Maple Ridge. Perre is second. Mike Murphy rounds out the podium. The three of them separated by less than a second. Icstc is going to come home in 4th place, with Royalty 62 in 5th. Kenjo just behind him in 6th position. Rest of your field coming through now. WhiteVanMan in 7th place. NEMESES is 8th ahead of Bearder in 9th. And then we have Paolo in 10th position. What a phenomenal race though at Maple Ridge. Finally, like I said, Nico Minardi gets a win on the board. We've been waiting for that one. But great battling once again by Mike Murphy and Nico. And it has to be said, awesome stuff from Perre. Really awesome to take advantage of that bit of contact later on in the race. And he manages to secure a wonderful 2nd place. That's all for this time though, folks. Thank you very much for tuning in. We look forward to round 4 of the championship in a week's time. As for now, I've been Chaz Draycott, and I'll see you then.